you use those moments where your back's against the wall. Like, I've been an underdog my whole life.
Okay.
I like that position. I like my back against the wall. I like when people are kind of being a little condescending to me, kind of checking me, because it reminds me what I need to do to be the version of myself that I want to be. And I like competition. I think competition is very healthy. That's why I said I like that a guy named Sean Terry was even in my peripherals, because it forced me to think about the content I was putting together and the way I was doing deals and all the the reason I became the clever investor and such a gangster at creative real estate is because I had all this healthy competition around me that was beating me at just being better at sales or influence or negotiation. And so I had to be more clever, more creative to get to the lead first, or when I sat down with the seller to build that relationship faster. And I had to sharpen those skills. So I like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you love it. No. Let me just say this. Before you got here, I told my crew, and we all agreed, we were like, don't you guys just love Cody's ego? And they were like, yeah. And then Danny said, I love how you get along. Like, I feed off of your energy and your ego, and you're badass because, you're an alpha male. I consider myself an alpha male, and I'm a confident person, and I love being around other confident people as long as they're good people. You know what I mean? As long as they're not looking to take a crap on the next person that's right next to them. Like, I love feeding off your energy. Like, it doesn't intimidate me. You know what I mean? I love that.
Well,
I love that about you.
I think there's a point in a person's evolution where they start to become a real leader, and it's hard to be a leader. It's hard to be the first person to clap for your friends when they're being successful. Yeah. Because a lot of times when people are raising their intention and their enthusiasm like you do on a daily basis, the people around you, if they're not doing that, you're reminding them of their shortcomings. You're putting a big fat mirror in front of them saying, look at yourself and what you're not doing. Yeah. And so, when you get a bunch of leaders around each other and we're all celebrating each other,
more energy.
It's more energy.
Better energy. More impactful.
Not everybody's like that though.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of ego in the game.
Well, I mean, look at social media. It's a problem, We're actually at war.
Yeah.
From many different fronts. And it's tough when you're in a business where there's a lot of money and a lot of ego.
Time limit. Just ignore that limit. I have a hour. We're going live also on Instagram, and this is a live show, right? And I do an hour, and it just Instagram disconnects for me. I limit myself to an hour a day on social media.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so once I hit that hour,
what we're talking about.
Well, right,
you're protecting your peace.
I'm trying.
That's good.
Oh, we're gonna get into that also. So see, you're way. I got some fire for you. Let me start with this. You're on the hot seat, my friend. Ready? First and foremost, why do people? I started making a lot of noise in 2018. This was it's going to be about almost 4 years. Started making a lot of noise. I figured out the sauce. Spent millions of dollars figuring out all this marketing crap and, the building up an infrastructure and a company and consumer brand and, making myself marketable and retail and all that stuff. And once we figured it out, we spent all the millions of dollars just falling on our face and figuring some things out with all the marketing channels. Doing my first event, it was called Momentum. And everybody paid $5,000 a seat to be there, right? Pace Morby, Ryan Pineda, Donovan Ruffin, all the gurus out there now paid to be at that event. That was the first time. Yes, I think that had to be the first time that I didn't personally disrespect you, but I put you in that guru category, right? And I can tell you this, there was a stigma, and I wouldn't call it a stigma. There was people out there just hating on you. I was one of them. I was hating on you because I wanted to be that. I wanted to be that person. Like I wanted to be that big, like as big as you were. Think about it. I'm a Mexican dude who just figured out how to make a bunch of money, and it's my first event. I have no videographers. I'm not selling mentorships. I don't even have a course. I'm like, you want the sauce? $5,000. get over here, right?
Yep.
And they paid it, right? And they're like, what the hell? This dude's not even selling a $50,000 mentorship after this, right? He's just giving me the sauce, right? Everything. I was gunning for you. And I'll say this, there was people, at least hey man, when I finally met you in person, I looked at you in the eyes and I'm like, I said two things. One, I said, Cody, you are pretty damn good looking. That was the first thing I said. And then I said, you're a pretty good looking guy. No, I didn't say that. Listen, I just said, hey brother, I just want to let you know that,
The creepy thing about it is you were actually behind me whispering into my ear. That's the part that tripped me out.
Was I?
I'm used to this.
It was your old office and you had like this beautiful studio and me and Sal went in there and you were giving us all kinds of game. And then I just looked at you and said, hey man, I just want to let you know, brother, as a man, I'm sorry for ever disrespecting you, forever talking shit about you, and I think that was that, like after that, man, like
that was the moment that I knew you were a stand-up guy.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, it takes a lot to.
It didn't take me a lot.
Well, I mean, it
takes a lot of people a lot because of the pride and ego and
I really I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have changed anything though, because I still would have supported and helped in any way, even if you never said it. It just made me like you that much more. But look, when I started, there was people that were really successful that I was hating on.
You were gunning for him.
And there's a lot of reasons why. It's good to have somebody that you're aiming for, right? Like an inspirational,
the mountain you're climbing.
No matter which way you take it, you can either say, oh, they're so inspirational, I want to be like them, or screw them, I'm going to be better than them.
Boom.
But for me, it's for a couple reasons. One, lack of information. Mm-hmm. We never met before that. You just watched me.
I saw you everywhere. And
and my marketing style is very aggressive. Depending on what you see and how you get trapped in my web.
Aggressive, Lamborghinis, checks, lifestyle,
big money.
It was crazy. You were and I don't know if anybody else in the real estate education space, everybody's doing it now, right? Mm-hmm. Like everybody followed suit. But who was out there? Like you were the only one with a white Lamborghini, a green Lamborghini, whatever, right? And you're on a Lamborghini. You're doing we got a flame.
And every single person told me, don't get the Lamborghini. Don't put that out there like that.
Don't be a douchebag.
Don't be a douchebag. People are gonna judge you and think. And I was like, look, people's attention span's very short. You got to make a spectacle. And I believed in the education that we were providing so much. I believed in the message. I needed to get people's attention to get there. Okay, this guy's crazy. He's consistent. He's got all. It's not rented, and you could tell it wasn't rented. And a car. A lot of people rent a car, and that's.
Well, most of your plates said clever on it, so
or investor or whatever.
Exactly.
I was just showing like, look, this is me. This is my lifestyle. This is what I'm doing. This is how I got there. Because I knew on the other end of that, it challenged their perception of what's possible. Because I was a fucking bozo, bro. Like before I got into real estate, I was, very unambitious. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was going to college. When the real estate thing, the first year didn't work out, I got a job as a bookkeeper, $34,000 a year.
Jesus.
No path. Like I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. Like nothing hit. And I was doing drugs, selling drugs, all through high school, getting C's and D's. What was I going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How was I going to get rich?
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to go in the Navy, which shifted my perception about myself. Mm-hmm. It gave me self-worth and efficacy and confidence. So I got that, but then now I needed a way to make a lot of money. And I went and talked to the history professor, and they were like, we have 2 jobs just to pay our bills. And I'm like, damn, that's rough. Like that's not what I want for my life. And then real estate changed everything. And look what it did for me and my family. Went from all that to anything you want at any time, whenever, with whomever, total freedom. Yeah, total freedom. And so I believed in it. And I believe that somebody can go from the rags to the riches through creative real estate. So hell yeah, get the Lambos, get the flamethrowers, get the cameras, beat the drum, get my kid. I started putting my kids, my kid in my first ad was the best performing ad. It went viral, did 22 million views. Went viral.
What was it on Facebook?
On YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube. And so, and then a lady wrote an article on USA Today about real estate guru's kid steals the show. He wasn't even supposed to be in the ad.
That's amazing.
I was just doing an ad, and he just rolled into the shot and started mirroring and mimicking.
He's
me.
a natural, though.
He's a natural, and so it was like the light bulb went off. I was like, put everybody in the ads. Get the whole family.
You got super creative with some of those ads. Remember, like when you're dressed in different ways, and in a spacesuit or I don't know what you had going on, but you and him got super creative. You and your son.
Dude,
and,
video needs to be a core competency if you're going to be a marketer. I mean, look. This is what I do. I'm a direct response marketer in the real estate space.
Boom.
Right? Real estate's the foundation. You asked, are you even doing like?
No. Hold on. You see, I got questions for all of that.
Well, hit me with the real estate questions. But like my thing, if you were to say what's your secret core competency, I'd say direct response marketing, copywriting, and being great on video. 15 years ago when I first started putting myself out there, the worst. Literally fumbling over myself, not knowing what to say, palms sweating, armpit. Like it's funny, my video team always makes fun of me. My right armpit just sweats all the time.
Profusely.
So you'll see me every once in a while in the studio with a blow dryer. Like it's just like I get nervous just like everybody else, but through repetition, building that muscle and just screwing up royally on stage or screwing up royally on a video. I mean, so embarrassed that that's out there and you can't sleep at night that you wake up the next day and you're like, I got to get better at this. I got to get better. I got to get that conversation down. And thank God for Periscope and Instagram Live and all that, because now when people
you're a savage.
When people hear me, they're like, dude, he's so good.
He's been doing
I
it.
did 10,000 lives.
Yeah.